Hey friends, welcome back to OG Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking a look at this video. I'm very excited to share this review with all of you. This is the McFarlane Toys Digital Wave from DC Direct. This is the Earth-2 Robin from Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is a very interesting character. Someone that I don't think anybody had on their hit list to, I need to get an Earth-2 Robin, man. It's so important. It was not on a lot of people's hit lists. It wasn't even on mine. And I really dig this character. I remember seeing him as a kid from my brother's hand-me-down comics, and I always thought, man, this is a cool-looking Robin. Why isn't this Robin in the comics? Why is he wearing underwear and his little pixie boots? Well, he's upgraded. This is a Earth-2 version of Robin that continued being Robin. Dick Grayson, who decided to continue being Robin, and why not? He graduated with a better costume. Looks absolutely fantastic in action figure form. Let's take a look at the packaging, what he got with this figure, and I'll give you my full opinion and thoughts on this version of Robin. Now, the one thing I just don't like about this packaging is the artwork. No disrespect to the artist, but I just don't like this artwork. There's so much better classic artwork of Earth-2 Robin. This one just doesn't do it justice, in my opinion. Very gangly proportions, very skinny. It's not suiting my likings, but other people might like it, and that's totally fine. So you got there the McFarlane digital logo, Robin of Earth-2, Crisis on Infinite Earths. You do have a few accessories. You got the two grasping hands there. You're also getting an alternate head sculpt, which looks very nice. We'll talk about that more in a moment. And then you also get a batarang. We've seen this used multiple times in black, blue. Now we got it in green. There you go. And then you get the NFT redemption code, the trading card artwork, and a display stand with that McFarlane digital logo on there as well. So this aesthetically is a fantastic looking figure. After I took it out of the package, played around with it a bit, played around with the cape, man, it has really shocked and impressed me. So I wasn't too keen on getting this figure, to be honest with you. I was like, okay, it's pretty nice using that Nightfall body block. You know, you're going to get some pretty good articulation and just a physical appearance that's going to look great. But there was just something off on the head sculpts in the packaging that I just didn't like. After I've got him out of the packaging, played around with it, it just grows on you. I don't know what to say. But this figure does have some striking elements, definitely. This cape, man, this is a phenomenal cape. The way that they implemented the articulation in this cape, because we've had some capes that were kind of duds. Dark Side, the Mega Size figure, was a real disappointment. A very thin, weak wire. This one has very strong wires running through the cape. You do have this really nice definition of the cuts here. You do have the pleats that go along in the cape as well. Some beautiful attention to detail that just makes this figure's cape absolutely amazing. And like I've said, this cape is a definite kind of extra point of articulation to give this character some really dynamic presence, and it just looks phenomenal. Plus, the overall appearance, the colors, the saturation, it almost has a matte finish, which I really appreciate. It's not a shiny texture, which kind of gives it kind of a cheap quality. We've seen that a few times, but man, they've really nailed the quality on this figure. Very nicely done. And that head sculpt, I'm gonna give you a moment just to breathe that head sculpt in, because yeah, who does this head sculpt remind you of? Yes, Invincible. Invincible. It screams Invincible. If it had those clear, transparent lenses, like our Bart Allen kind of Kid Flash had, that would be fantastic. Impulse. But man, it is a striking head sculpt, and it looks so damn good. It's kind of like a younger Robin. It definitely has a youthful resemblance to it. Now we compare it to the other head sculpt. I don't know. There's something about this one that I'm not super crazy about. It's still very nicely done. The mask looks great. The hair is sculpted very well. Definitely has a Green Lantern vibe to it. Kind of has a Green Lantern vibe to it. So I think this could be a suitable replacement for Hal Jordan head, a Green Lantern Corpsman. It looks really good though. But it's just something about it. In the package, I wasn't really impressed with it, but in person, yeah, it looks really good to have it in hand. We're definitely going to swap these heads out. But yeah, it's sculpted extremely well. The batarang as well. It's my main complaint with the batarang is that it's really tiny. We've gotten some massive. Look at this. It's the size of my thumbnail. we've gotten some massive batarangs that just don't look good at all and way too thick. They can barely hold in the figure's hand. But this one's not too bad. I mean, it's small, could be a little bit longer, a little bit larger, but the quality and thinness of it looks really good. It'll fit into the hand. Let's give that a shot right now. Hopefully it does fit really nice. And, well, not too bad. It'll go in there for a little prime, but yeah, you can have him with his batarang. So that's a great little touch there. Now, one thing that just really doesn't irk me, but I really wish these logos were sculpted. I understand for the aesthetics and for the quick turnaround, they're not going to do that. Maybe for the originality of the costume, they're going to have a sculpted raised logo. But as a toy collector and just aesthetics, I really appreciate that. But still, it's nice and crisp. The paintwork, like I said, it's phenomenal, vibrant, really nice saturation in colors. The green, the yellow, the red looks fantastic. And the head sculpt is just really damn good. Really impressed with it. So let's go over articulation really quickly. So the head, now I just have the head off gingerly because it was, man, I had to use a lot of force to get this head off. And I'm so glad that the ball peg didn't come out with it. It's in there damn good, but man, it was a little tough to get off. But we'll go through the neck articulation when we swap out the other head. But you do have the spacer joints, so you're getting a nice range of movement in the arms. You have the bicep cut, double joint ratcheted elbows, ball joint articulation. You do have that abdominal articulation that varies on Nightfall figures. The Bane in Batman 2-pack had the best range of motion to get that back breaking effect. So I think that peg was a bit higher up in the torso. So it does have this peg that goes into the torso, connects to the abdomen. The more you put it up, it's going to have tighter and less articulation. If it's extended downward, it's dropping, so you're going to have a better range of motion, so you can go back and forth more. This one, not too bad. It can hunch forward pretty decently, back not too bad, but it just looks great. The sculpted details and the musculature on this figure look really nice. It does have a ball joint at the waist, ball joints at the hips, double jointed ratcheted knees. It does have sculpted ball joints at the ankle, which looks awesome. Toe articulation, ankle rocker, pivot, everything going on. And man, it's a striking Robin. So let's swap out the heads. I'm going to put this one on. See how much force I have to exert here. Okay, you heard that nice thump. That's in there. And yeah, this is the first time I'm trying this head. And it looks actually really good. Very odd. In the packaging, I didn't like the heads, but out, I kind of like them. They look pretty darn good. Very nicely done. He does have a pretty good range of motion. Can't look up all that much. Look down pretty good. That attitude, not too bad. But yeah, overall, this is a very, very striking figure. You can definitely get him into some cool poses. Some very, man, it's just a cool looking Robin. It's something really different. It's kind of retro, right? It's classic look. You're not seeing all the textured armor plating and weaponry and stuff like that, but it's still aesthetically a very cool looking Robin. So let's bring in some other Robins from my DC Multiverse collection and see how he looks with this kind of very classic looking Robin. First one I want to bring out is this guy here. It's our Tim Drake Robin. Probably the most modern kind of Robin we're getting really right now. This is a phenomenal figure. I did swap out the head with the original Red Robin. Love this head sculpt. It works so much better on this figure, and it gives him a real presence and some attitude. And this is a phenomenal figure. I don't think this figure gets a lot of love out there. Don't see much about it. You don't see him in too many videos, but he is phenomenal and well worth tracking down. Cloth wired cape is incredibly well done as well. Nice thick wire. Good feel to that cape as well. Now, we've gotten some capes that are really starchy. And what I mean by starchy, they just make your fingers itchy. That's what it does with me. I just don't like the way that some of these capes feel. They feel like just kind of cheap nylon or just something that just doesn't give you a good texture. This one, it feels pretty damn good. Has a softer outer edge. Inside's a little bit rougher, right? This one is definitely soft. It's a soft goods for sure. I like this cape, but this one, just the styling and just the posability you get out of it just looks awesome. I love seeing these two Robins together. They look fantastic. And this is the Gotham Knights Robin with the other original head from that one we just brought in. I definitely hate this head sculpt. It's not to my liking. It's very goofy looking, but it suited this kind of version of Robin. and I don't mind it at all, but man, not one of my favorites. And it's a good size difference as well. So it could be like a more adult Robin training a new protege Robin. You never know. Whatever storyline you want to make up. Definitely want to bring in this Robin. This is probably my favorite Robin in my collection. And this one here is the Robin Reborn. This is Tim Drake, but I used the Batman 5-pack from Amazon head sculpt. This is probably the best Domino Mask superhero head sculpt I've seen. It is phenomenal. It's kind of like my Jason Todd if he became Robin and stayed Robin and grew into that role. Or this could be your Dick Grayson because they both have amazing head sculpts, really beautiful stylization, a little more presence to these guys. And this is an amazing body buck as well. Just sculpted armor detailing, man, it's fantastic. Definitely a great looking figure. And to see these two together, and we're going to definitely do some toy surgery, swap some headouts on this Robin. It's going to be some fun. Stay tuned and subscribe for that. You don't want to miss that toy short. You don't want to miss that toy surgery. Now we also got a figure that I definitely wanted to bring in, and that is this guy here. So this is the Nightfall Batman that is in the 2-pack with Bane. This is kind of like a survival mode Batman, in my opinion. It's beat up. It's gone through the ringers against Bane, and it has a lot of battle damage, but one of the greatest capes. It's such an awesome cape. The blue is just so damn nice. Such a high quality cape. The black on the inside, this beautiful blue on the outside, and just seeing these dynamic duos together, man, it is awesome. And what's really cool, well, I don't know how cool it is, but just from perspective of a collector, an enthusiast, and someone that wants to get the most value for his money, these are the exact same body bucks, slight alterations, but look at the difference and look at what you can do really with an amazing body buck. Now, every toy company reuses body bucks. It's a given. Marvel Legends, Masters of the Universe, WWE, AEW, all those toy lines out there, Transformers, my goodness, they reuse them because if you made a brand new skull for every figure, and imagine how many figures McFarlane puts out a year, he'd be broke. There's no way they can recoup off the tooling cost. So yeah, we're getting some reuse, but it's done effectively and done extremely well in this case. So to see these two guys together and they're the same body buck, pretty damn awesome. Really love this figure. One of my favorites. And I also want to bring in this Batman. This is a Batman that wasn't one of my favorite figures, but after a little bit of toy surgery, swapping out a head, adding some weapons to him, this is the JLA Batman with a Hush kind of gritting teeth, yelling head. It looks fantastic. And this will be a neat dynamic duo, right? A kind of older, bigger Batman with this kind of more youthful Robin that's kind of on the cusp of being an adult, got a new costume, and what if they continue being the dynamic duo, right? Very cool to see these together. So, guys, as you can kind of tell, this has been an absolutely phenomenal figure that caught me off guard big time. I wasn't expecting to like this figure as much as I do. The cape is awesome. The color saturation is fantastic. Articulation for the Nightfall body. You know you're getting an awesome figure. And the heads have really grown on me. I really appreciate it, but I definitely want to do some toy surgery and see if I can tweak and make a perfect head sculpt for this action figure. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this Earth-2 Robin. Was it on your hit list? It certainly wasn't on mine, but I think this might be making my top 10 list. We are going to do our top 10 figures of 2024 from McFarlane Toys. There's going to be some honorable mentions for sure, but the top 10 is going to be very interesting. You want to subscribe and stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you soon in the next video.